Hello guys, thank you so much for being here. If this is your first time here, my name is Valrine. On the board here I have some scribblings from the last lesson that we did, and the lesson was about figuring out how wide you need your fabric panel to be when you are making single pinch pleat curtains. Now in this lesson we use a window that was 68 inches wide, and to cover the window naturally you will need 2 panels, right? And so we divided the 68 into 2 and we got 34. Now the 34 would be the start width for that piece of fabric that you will need to make 1 panel. When you're doing your pinch pleat, you do not start at the edge. You start a little distance in from the edge of the fabric, right? And generally I would suggest that you start 2 inches in. Now after you have started 2 inches in, it means then that you're going to take the 2 from the 34 and you're going to have 32 inches. That 32 inches we then divide by 3, and we divided by 3 because we decided that we will have 3 inches between each panel. Then we got 10, which means that we would have 10 spaces and we would have 2 inches left over. Here I went ahead and I did the 2 inches start and then created the 10 spaces to show you how many pleats you would need. And generally you have 1 pleat more than spaces. So here we had 10 spaces, we had 11 pleats, and the lines are the pleats: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11, and then we have 2 inches left over here. So what we do next is decide how deep we want our pleats to be. Here I would suggest go with a 1 inch deep pleat, but for your 1 inch deep pleat you will need 2 inches, right? And so 2 inches per pleat, we have 11 pleats, therefore we multiply the 11 by 2, so we got 22 inches. This 22 inches we in turn took and added to the 34 starting width of our fabric panel. It's now up to 56 inches. We also need to add our side hems, and our side hems usually is a 2-inch double hem. So 2 plus 2 equals 4 on one side, on the other side 4. So that's 8. We added 8 to the 56 and we ended up with 64 inches. So the piece of fabric we need to make 1 single pinch pleat panel for our 68-inch window is 64 inches. So we're going to take the 64 inches and go ahead and calculate how much fabric you will need overall to buy to make 2 panels for this window. And you will need to use your window size, right? But this will be a guide so that you can use it to calculate your fabric yardage. So going back to here, 64 inches times 2, because we need 2 panels. That is 2 4s are 8 and 2 6s are 12. That's 128 inches. We will need 128 inches of fabric to go across the window. The next thing we decide is what width our fabric is. What width fabric are you planning to buy? It could be a double width fabric, it could be 60 inches, it could be 54 inches. 54 inches is pretty common, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to divide the 128 by 54 inches. So that's 128 divided by 54 equals 2.37. So that's 2.37. This 2.37 is telling you the number of widths of the 54 inch you will need to go across the window. However, we do not buy fabric in partial widths. we buy fabric in full width. If it's 54 inches, we're buying the full width. Okay, and so we need to bump this 2.37 up to 3. So therefore we need 3 widths of fabric. Widths of fabric to go across the window. The next thing we need to consider is our length. How long are our curtains going to be? So let's say the curtains are going to be to fit a space that is 8 feet, right? If it's 8 feet, it means that we multiply 8 by 12 or 12 by 8, same difference, to get the inches that we need for the length. So that's 2 8s or 16, 8 1 8 and 1 9, that's 96 inches. However, we also need to add increments for our top hem and our bottom hem. Now usually I say add 8 inches for the top and 8 inches for the bottom. That will give you a 4-inch double hem at the top and a 4-inch double hem at the bottom, which means that we add 16 inches of fabric. So that's 96 plus 16, 2 6s are 12, 9 and 1 10 and 1 11. So that is 112 inches. Now we need 112 inches long fabric, but that's just for one width. We need 3 widths. So we will take the 112 inches and we will multiply that by the 3 widths that we need. That's 3 2s are 6, 3 1s are 3, 3 1s are 3. That's 336 inches. Now, the next thing we do is take our 336 inches and we divide that by 36. And we divide by 36 because there are 36 inches in the yard of fabric and we need to find out how many yards of fabric we need. So that's 336 divided by 36 equals 9.33. So that's 9.33 yards of fabric. And usually I bump it up. So we bump up because we don't want to run short on fabric, right? So it's better to go up than to go down. If we go down to 9, we will surely run short on fabric, right? And so we bump up the 9.33 to 9.5. So we go ahead and buy 9.5 yards of fabric to cover a window space that's 68 inches because we're making a single pinch pleat set of curtains. I hope this is helpful. Please drop your comments below. Let me know what you think. Also, like and share. And if you have not yet subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscription button and remember to hit the bell notification icon so you can be notified of new videos. Giving you a moment. Thank you so much for subscribing. You take care now. We will see you in the next one.